God's messengers are rejected by people who claim to be believers, and we need to understand something. I'm circling the airfield now, getting ready to land this plane, but we need to understand something. People, write this down on a note, tuck it away in the back of your mind, because this is going to be something you might need to serve back up sometime or another. People do not set up rules as to how God reveals himself. People do not set up the rules as to how God reveals himself. God chooses his means of revelation. God chooses that. We don't make the rules. We don't make the choices. We don't set up the rules as to how God's going to reveal himself, how he's going to use someone to give us revelation. We don't make those rules. We don't make the rules as to who God calls and puts into ministry. We don't make the rules as to who God puts behind the pulpit. We don't make those rules. Now, too many times people do make those rules, and that's why we end up in a mess. We've got to be led of the Spirit of God. We've got to accept what the Spirit of God is doing, regardless of who he's doing it through. Now, again, we've got to be discerning. We got to understand everything that glitters ain't gold. Like me and the preacher were talking about yesterday, everything that glitters ain't gold. Everything that says they're apostle, prophet, evangelist, pastor, teacher ain't so. We've got to be discerning. But I'm telling you, we don't make the choices. When the genuine article comes along, we aren't the ones who make those choices. That's why church committees that vote in and out, preachers coming and going, that's why that stuff, it is unscriptural for the most part. There may be some tendency that they implement scripture, but for the most part, it's unscriptural. And so, we don't make up the rules. God chooses his means of revelation. God chooses the people he's going to use to bring that revelation.